Alrighty, what's up everybody? Peter Gilmore here for a late Wednesday night video right here on the Peter Gilmore YouTube wrestling channel, youtube.com/Peter Gilmore. Thank you all for watching. Make sure you like the video, hit the subscribe button down below, and subscribe to all my other channels, which are down below in the description box. Find me on Facebook, follow me on Twitter and Instagram, and share this video all over the internet. But don't forget to tap that bell, turn on all my notifications so you never ever miss an upload. And that's all you gotta do. So like the video, share the video, subscribe, leave comments in the chat or after the video, share the video all over the internet, and don't forget to follow me on social media and share my videos all over the internet, and don't forget to tap that goddamn bell. And that's all I gotta say about that. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is midnight here in the Northeast, so it's now March the 29th, 2021, wherever you may be. Hopefully everybody had a great Wednesday. It was kind of hot here in the Northeast, about 82, 83 degrees. And it's going to be just about the same tomorrow. It's going to rain a little bit tomorrow, which sucks. It is what it is, and that's all I got to say about that. So hopefully you all had a great Wednesday and an even better Thursday coming up tomorrow. That's that. All right, ladies and gentlemen, on this late, well, pretty late, not too late, but late Wednesday night. I can't talk today, sorry. Excuse me. Late Wednesday night, April the 28th, 2021. Like I said, if you're now watching from somewhere else, it is April the 29th, 2021. It is time for your late night AEW Dynamite review for April the 28th, 2021 from Darby'S Place in Jacksonville, Florida. All right. Another week of the best show on goddamn TV, AEW Dynamite. And this was the go-home show before next week's Blood and Guts extravaganza, which is just basically one match. 2 hours, one match, bunch of other stuff that's going to be on the show. And that's that. And then the week after that is a brand new episode of Dynamite with the aftermath of Blood and Guts. So we'll see what happens with that. And we move on from there. All right, got my good buddy Nick Infante in the chat. What's up, Nick? As always, how are you doing, good sir? That's that. All right. So before I get to the review, I have to make an announcement, and not a big announcement, but last night I'm gonna do a separate video. I can't even talk. Hold on one second. Sponsored by something. All right. So last night, basically, yesterday evening, last night, I'm gonna do a different video about this, probably maybe tomorrow or Friday. Last night, I had a mental breakdown, and I was just really, really depressed and really just out of it. And for those of you who follow me on Facebook and Instagram, you saw the picture. And you probably go on it and make fun of it. I don't give two shits, but whatever. But yeah, I I shouldn't have done it, but it is what it is now. It's there anyway. Um, so yeah, I basically put up a picture of myself and wasn't looking too good, and just basically, like I said, I had a mental breakdown last night. It was just a bad night. Let's just put it that way. I'll be more specific. Just a bad night, and it's been that way for the past month or so. Uh, just been really stressed out and depressed and just not well. But and people know who follow me over the last 12 years know about my journey and my battle with depression and my battle with anxiety and battle with other stuff and blah blah blah. Long story short, uh, I came to I came to a crossroads last night, and I was thinking, is this worth it? Doing this, me, my sexy face, talking to a computer screen with a webcam, talking to basically nobody except people that are watching on YouTube and everywhere else. I came to like the conclusion, like, is this worth it anymore? Why? My job is garbage. You know, Still making the money you wish you had though, but it is what it is. But still stressful on my body and everything. My condition's getting worse, and I just felt like, should I just stop? Should I just go on another break and just get myself 100% better? And I was going about this all last night, most of today, and and I was thinking like the macho man, you know what I mean? And I came to the conclusion that I will never fucking leave you. I will never, ever fucking leave my fans or lead you on or anything like that. I will never retire. I will never leave you guys because you are my fans. I love you all. I appreciate all the well wishes that I got on Facebook and I got on Instagram. My face doesn't look as pretty as it should be. Somebody said it looked like I got punched in the face. I didn't get punched in the face. It just broke out. So I don't know how, but you can probably see it on my nose, like right over here, right around my tip of my nose. I'm gonna put Noxema on my nose. Probably gets breaking out pimples and shit. But it is what it is. I do shower, but it is what it is. So I just had a rough month, and just about to end the month of April. We're going into May, going into the late spring month. We're about to go in the late spring, and pretty soon we're going to hit the unofficial start of summer on Memorial Day at the end of May. And right now, I don't know what's going to happen between now and the summertime. Because, like I said, bills are coming up, and lots of things are going on with me health wise, and all this stuff going on in my life that I really don't want to talk about. No, I private messaged a couple of people on Facebook and stuff like that about what's really going on and everything. But it is what it is. But there may be some days that I don't do videos. Like I haven't done a video since I think Monday night, I think, or Tuesday, I forget. So there might be some nights that I don't do videos because of my condition and because of other things I gotta do, be with you know who. So don't take this as I'm leaving or anything, because like I said, I will never leave you. And that's it. So if you don't see me for a couple of days, don't be like, oh, Peter left YouTube, yay! I'm not leaving. I'm not going anywhere. And if you want to make fun of my condition, you want to make fun of this and that, I don't personally give two shits. Okay? I don't care. I really don't care anymore. You didn't watch Raw. You tell people not to watch Raw, but you're still gonna do a review. So what am I gonna do? I'm gonna do a review if I feel like it. I don't give two shits. You're not gonna force me not to do the video. I tell people don't watch Raw. That's their opinion. They want to watch Raw or not. I'm still gonna do a review regardless because I love wrestling. And if you don't like it, and like I said, do something about it or get the fuck out of here. But you won't do anything about it because you're a bunch of fucking mongoloid losers who play with yourselves at night. So that's all I gotta say about that. And yeah, so that's it. So like I said, I might take a couple of days off here and there just to get better and recharge. But don't be sad. Don't be yelling at me. Where's your video? I want to see your video. Well, if you tap that bell and turn on all my notifications, you know when I do a video. So you don't have to bitch and moan to YouTube and anybody else. That's all I gotta say about that. So not leaving YouTube. I'm not, I'm not throwing in the towel or anything like that because of my condition and my depression and anxiety and all that other shit. I'm not throwing in the towel just yet. It's like that good song by In This Moment. I am a fighter. I am a survivor. That was Destiny's Child, but it is what it is. Still, same song. Almost the same song, but still. And that's that. So I'm going to be here for a while. And if you don't like it, well, too bad for you. Too bad. Because you're not going to do anything about it. So it is what it is. And briefly, I want to mention this. WJ did a video, or I think it was yesterday or earlier today, that a good buddy EDP 445, or as we all know him as Eat That Pussy 445, well, he got terminated off YouTube for all the shit he did. So he's gone and buried now. And also the people that went after him, the what's it called, the predator poachers or whatever the fuck the name of the channel is, they got terminated too. So all I gotta say about that is, well, karma's a bitch. I got both of them. So. Sucks for EDP. He lost over 2 million subs, and he took down all his social media accounts. I don't know if he's gonna be going to jail soon or whatever. He's probably gonna die in jail anyway. But if he does come back to YouTube, I don't think he'll be the same. It just won't be the same with, if he comes back. Nobody's gonna support him anymore. They're just gonna, he's just gonna be known as a pedophile. That's it. And that's it. So to EDP and predator poachers, well, fuck you. And that's what happens when you mess with karma. That's what happens. Sucks for EDP, but just won't be able to hear his rants on the Eagles this season and all that other shit. So it is what it is. So that's it. That's all I gotta say about that. And for anybody who thinks that, you know, I was an EDP supporter and this and that, not really. I didn't watch. I was subscribed to him, but I didn't watch a lot of his videos, and that's that and like that. I mean, it's just what he did was disgusting. But he knew the consequences, and he got caught with his hands in the cookie jar, and now his whole YouTube career is done. And that's pretty much all I got to say about that. So, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? So I don't support him. I don't support pedophilia. And for those of you who still think I'm a pedophile, well, kiss my ass, because I'm not. So I'm not, and I never will be, because I got a wife at home. So you can all kiss my ass, and that's all I got to say about that. All right, Nick is doing good, and I hope you all are too. And if not, well, too bad. Doing better than the Mets did this tonight. Oh boy, got swept by the fucking Red Sox. Who, Red Sox are for real. They're 16-9. The Mets fall back to third place right now, and half game back of the Braves and the Phillies. Just Jacob deGrom, he pitched a good game, 9 strikeouts, but he gave up that 1 run. That was basically the only run of the game. As the Boston pitcher, pitched a great game. Dude had a 6 ERA, and every time somebody has a 6 ERA against us, the Mets make him look like Cy Young. They don't do shit. And the bats didn't wake up at all. So yeah, they get swept, and now they're at 9-10, and then they have a day off tomorrow. They go to Philly on Friday for a weekend series against those Filthies. And hopefully we can get back in the first place, and we'll see what happens with that. And got Stroman on the mound on Friday. Hopefully he has a better showing than he had on Saturday night, and get back on the ship and get us a win in Philly. And then we got Taijuan Walker on Saturday, and I have no idea who's pitching on Sunday night on that ESPN game. So, but we'll see what happens with that. And we'll move on from there. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for your AEW review. So let's begin the AEW review before I don't do it at all. All right, so AEW was pretty good tonight, as it always is. Starts off with the commentary team of Excalibur, Tony Schiavone, and good old JR Barbecue Sauce running down the card, as we're, this is the go-home show before next week's Blood and Guts extravaganza. That's going to take over 2 hours to do the show with vignettes and promos and highlights and all the shit. And then I think around 9:30, 10 o'clock is going to be the whole match. So I'm going to find out what the match is about and basically who gets the advantage, because it's basically war games. So we get that. But before we get to the parlay between the Inner Circle and the Pinnacle, we start off the night with Hangman Adam Page comes out with the Dark Order, and he's about to do some cowboy shit. So he comes out, and then Team Taz comes out, beats the crap out of him. Powerhouse Hobbs, Brian Cage, and Absolute Ricky Starks, and I think Hook as well, with Taz. They come out from behind and attack him, and then the Dark Order come out to stop the beatdown, and then referees and basically everybody has to get rid of them and send them to the back. While this goes on, Brian Cage picks up Hangman for a powerbomb, hits it on the stage, and then he just tosses Page into the ring and tells the referee, Paul Turner, to ring the bell. So they get in the ring. Page is like, he's all hurt and everything. Paul Turner's like, you want to fight? You still want to fight? Tell me. And Page's like, ring the bell. So we get to the match, and it was okay. It wasn't great. So with Cage just beat living Jesus out of Cage with hard right hands, chops. Took off Page's vest and started whipping him with it. He starts working over the arm. Hits a belly to belly suplex. This is Page into the corner. Hits him with some shoulders, and then hits an uppercut, and then a high kick, and then after that, a nice German suplex, nice couple moves from the Machine. He gets the near part of that. Then he throws Page into the barricade on the outside. He tries to, then he does it again. He throws back Page in the ring, covers for a near fall. Then he picks up Adam Page, just going like this, and some bicep curls and shit like that. So really manhandling the man who does a lot of cowboy shit. But then Page has the knees up. Then he goes to work on Cage, goes to the apron, hits a kick. And then another one from Cage to the chin. He grabs Page on the apron and grabs the head off the rope for a suplex into the ring for a near fall. Goes for a clothesline and over the top rope to the outside. Page goes up and flies over the top, but Cage catches him and tries to send Page into the barricade. Page drops to his feet, sends Cage in the ring post head first. Then he goes up top, hits a moonsault on the floor. But Cage caught him, hits a clothesline, tries to go for a pin, but instead he grabs Page, hits the power bomb, then a buckle bomb. Then he hits him up for the drill claw. Boom! Boom! Drill claw. Drill claw. 1, 2, 3, and the Machine, Brian Cage, gets a shocking win over Page, Hangman Adam Page, the #1 contender for the AEW World Title. Bad win for not a bad match, pretty Cage. Maybe he'll up the ranks a little bit. I'm okay with it. Page was on fire for like the last few weeks, undefeated, and he needed a little bit of a step down, little bit, and same for Cage and Team Taz, and have his with that, and we move on from there. So I gave the match 3 to 4 stars, and that's pretty much all I'll say about that. And we move on. All right, after that we go backstage with the Elite, the Elite. They're in a limo instead of a trailer this time, and all there, 6 of them. Don Callis, and Anderson, on. I think it's and the Bucks, and of course the new TNA Impact World Champion Kenny Omega. So all in there. And Don wants to beat the Kenny's big win on Sunday, winning the Impact World title, and he introduces everybody that's in the car, in the limo, as if we didn't know they were there. Then Don says he's going to be on commentary for the Bucks match against the Seidel brothers. That should be fun. And then Kenny gets pissed. He's mad about the trailer getting hit by Moxley and Kingston. He says he's used to this. Everywhere they go, the money follows. Every week will be the same. They won't be intimidated or scared. He's unfazed. And he's like, look into my eyes. I'm not afraid. And it's on it. But before that, Omega tells Moxley and Kingston that if they want to fight, they'll get one. And he tells Eddie that he can have a match with him, but first he's going to fight Michael Nakazawa first. And it was I was in the front seat, and he went, and everybody's like, holy shit! Water flying all over the place, and then I was trying to get the door in, something like that. It was funny. So we'll see what happens later on with Michael Nakazawa and Eddie Kingston one-on-one. It should be an okay match. We'll see what happens with that, and we move on from there. So I gave that 2.5 out of 5 stars. All right, then we go to break. We come back with the Young Bucks. They come out. The streamers are flowing in the ring instead of the stuff that comes out of the can. Better, they throw the streamers in like they're in Ring of Honor or New Japan or at an indie show. That's better. And then titles come out, and commentary was pissed off to spend money on their gear. What's wrong with getting new gear? I don't understand this. So anyway, get the number 2 world tag team title elimination match. We got the Young Bucks taking on the Seidels. It was an okay match, not great, but still pretty good. So also with Matt working over the arm of I think it was Marcel, and then MJ hits a throat thrust, and Matt Jackson hits a move right into a throat thrust. He's like, "Ooh, look what I did!" He's doing his best Taylor Swift impersonation. Look what you made me do! The metal version of that song is way better than Taylor Swift's version. The metal, look you. It's fucking awesome. Just gotta say that. Anyway, Seidel with a standing moonsault. Barely gets a 1 count. And then Matt's like, ah! He starts tagging the Nick. And they go to work on Nick. And Nick comes back, tags in Matt hooks on the arm and a leg scissors, then some snapmares with Nick's kick, then another arm drag from Matt, then another one. Settle comes in. What it is, what it is. Matt comes in, they pull the Matrix on him, and they hit drop kicks to his face. Matt tries for a back. I think it was corner, but in comes Matt with a super kick. As we go to rolling Nick out of the ring. Then we get a big enziguri with a mule kick and then a spinning kick, and it's a suplex for a near fall. Saito up and looks for a power driver. They double team, hits a flipping, goes to the corner, grabs his brother to hit some. They go for a double super with a Hurricane Rana to in for a near fall. One of the side, and then hits the Johnny Cage low blow, and then you see and then Matt Saito on the apron. Nick tap 1, 2, 3. Like, man, it was okay. I gave it 3 out of 5 stars. Because they're changing their gear, completely weird. Moxley and Kingston hit. We see him start running for no apparent reason. Situation with Brandon Cutler. What it is, and that's all I gotta say about that. Moving forward, as we get closer and closer to Double or Nothing. All right, we still got chat room still open if you guys want to come in, NXT, or anything else. I'll do my review, and then on Friday I'll do so I'm probably gonna do my Raw review tomorrow. Probably my NXT review tomorrow. Then I'm gonna do my TGC 195 video about my journey with depression tomorrow. So 3 videos tomorrow, all live. So I'm gonna go live probably about 3 times. Probably sometime in the afternoon. I'll do that. And then because basically nothing on Thursday besides Impact, but I'm gonna watch Impact later tomorrow. And yeah, so I'll get those 3 videos out of the way, and then Friday night got SmackDown. Hopefully I can do SmackDown on Friday night, if not Saturday. And then that's it. And really got nothing to do on the weekend, besides some yard work I might have to do. And if anything else comes your way during the next couple of days, I'll be here to give it to you on this channel or any one of my respective channels. So it's very important to hit that bell. Hit that bell. And that's pretty much it. All right, so the Bucks beat the Seidel brothers. Pretty match. I gave it 3 out of 5 stars. And that's pretty much what I got to say about that. Afterwards, out comes SCU. Frankie Kazarian and the ring general Christopher Daniels. So we see Marcus come from behind and spray cold spray on them and then put the ice packs on like in Japan, which is kind of cool. So anyway, Kaz says if Matt has something to say, keep it to himself. Talks about the new Young Bucks, new attitudes, new questionable wardrobe looks and stuff like that. And he says one thing that's not changed is a promise that he made in December, which was that if him and Christopher Daniels lost, they will be finished as a team. But they stand here now undefeated, and they're the biggest threat to the Young Bucks titles. And Frankie hands the mic over to Christopher Daniels, and he is pissed. He said he was looking forward to facing his friends, but right now all he sees is entitled bitches. He tells Matt this new attitude sucks. So instead of beating their ass, they're also going to take the tag team belts. They will take the titles and make the company a much better, eventually we'll probably, I don't know, but was basically they got nothing for them. Plus Daniels is a backstage guy now, I think shit like that. So Daniels, I mean, really, what's he gonna do? And Daniels is up around that area too, so really, Daniels really you can't really do anything with either unless you put him on, on dark elevation, or you put him on dark, by himself, but or maybe put him as a coach. Because basically SCU is broken up anyway because Scorpio Sky is now with Ethan Page. So basically, why still have SCU? I don't know. It makes no sense to me, but but like I said, this Kazarian and Daniels, the addiction, whatever you want to call them, they're gonna be done after they fight the Bucks, and just sad that they're gonna be broken up. Multiple time tag team champions. Frankie Kazarian, former X Division champion. Christopher Daniels, former Ring of Honor champion. They've done it all in the tag team division and in their singles career. And I think it's just time to to go away for a while. But that's all I gotta say about that. I met both of them before multiple times, and pretty cool guys. That's all I gotta say about that. So would be ashamed to see him go out of the tag team ranks. But there's so many tag teams now in AEW. I mean, you get rid of SCU. I mean, you just put in another tag team, so it doesn't matter. And that's pretty much all I got to say about that. So we'll see what happens with the Bucks and SCU coming up. Whenever that match. So I gave the 5 stars as well. We'll move on. All right, we got a vignette promo from about Jade Cargill, the hottest free agent in AEW right now. Basically the same thing as last week. He's saying that Jade's like, this manager wanting to sign me, but all they want is a piece of the cake, and she wants to make her own moves, and she is that bitch. We'll see what happens with the lovely Jade Cargill in the weeks to come. And that's all I can say about that. All right, then we get to match number 3. We have freshly squeezed Orange Cassidy with Trent at ringside as he takes on a good buddy Pentagon Jr. or the man was Zero Miedo. Pentagon Zero Miedo. He has Alex Abrahantes by his side. So no Ray Phoenix, no Pac, no Chris Statlander, no Chuck T. So just straight up Orange Cassidy and Penta. Match wasn't that bad. Starts off with Orange Cassidy trying to put his hands in his pants, but Penta's like, no ese, zero miedo. Puts his hands in his face. So Cassidy's like, well, I'm gonna do it again, but Penta stops him again, and then he starts to get up, and the crowd's just going ape shit for it. I have no idea why, but anyway, Penta stops him, rips off his glove, and then he does the Zero Miedo thing again, shoving Orange in the face, which ruins his glasses, and you don't want to do that. So Orange gets pissed, takes his glasses off, he folds them, throws them to Trent, who forgot to catch them. So I mean, those are pretty expensive glasses. Were they like $200 from? I wonder where Orange Cassidy got those glasses from. Did you get them at Kmart? Did you get them at Walmart? Did you get them from an eye doctor or something like that? It cost him like $200. What's wrong with you, dude? Anyway, he puts him down his pants. That was kind of cool. And then we get the of doom to Penta again. Ducks on the thrust kick, and he basically threw Penta without even using his arms. He arm dragged it like Penta. Just like boom. And Penta just went whee. That's it. That was kind of cool. He hits a drop kick to Pentagon. He grabs the head, looks for the beach break really quick, but Penta double underhooks. Underhooks. I'm thinking of the Food Network. That's why. He double underhooks, arm escapes, and runs right into a tilt-a-whirl backbreaker. And then Penta kicks the back leg, like shots, and a big shot to the face. Sends Orange into the ropes. It gets reversed into the corner. Orange hops up on the shoulders, spins, and tosses Penta in the flip. Then locks the sleeper in and holds the thumb up. He's like, and go to Quinn, and he gets it for a very near fall. Goes to the outside. Orange with a suicide dive, but Penta caught him with a press. A one-arm press slam. That was pretty cool. And he drops Orange Cassidy on the edge of the apron. Ow! That hurt. And then we go to picture-in-picture. Pentagon has Orange in the corner. He sends him in. Hits an insignificant corner. Sends him into the other corner. And then another high kick to the head. And he's just going to town on Orange Cassidy. Whips him again for the third time. Throws over the top rope. Hits a head slam into the turnbuckle. He the top rope and hits a body. Goes off the rope, spins for a tornado DDT, but Penta grabs him, knocks the head, lifts for a bling buster for a near fall. Then he lifts Orange. Orange blocks it, and he starts beating the crap on for a little bit with punches. Goes for the Orange punch. Penta blocked it. Puts him in a pump handle into a leg drop, which is pretty sick. It gets a near fall out of that. Penta hooks the arm with his leg, then pulls back on the arm. Orange pulls his hand back towards him, reaching for his pocket, and it gets it into his pocket. That was kind of cool. Pentagon drops some bombs, then stomps away on Orange Cassidy, and then Orange Cassidy is on the ropes and hits a super kick to Pentagon, then another super kick, and then another super kick. Like super kick, super kick, super kick. And he starts stumbling and bumbling and fumbling. He stands, regains his bearings, he runs for the Orange punch, but Penta hits yet another super. Then he locks the head. Knocks the head and hits a Canadian destroyer. Or Mexican destroyer. Goes for another one. And we get the beach break from Orange Cassidy. Goes for a 1 count. As Pentagon had his shoulders up before. Penta gets up first. Orange pulls himself up using the ropes. Turns around. Goes for a right hand. Penta with a kick. Then a chop. Then a kick. He just starts beating up Orange Cassidy, stomping all over the place. He hits the ropes and runs with a kick to Orange's head. Penta grabs Orange by the hair into the center of the ring. Goes for a flex for Orange with the Stun Dog Millionaire. That's that. Did that Osaka Street Cutter, I think it is. Orange goes to the top rope, flies with a diving DDT. Goes off the ropes, hits another spinning DDT to Pentagon, covers for a near fall. And then Alex Abbott gets the mic and tries to go on the apron. He's about to talk some smack to Trent again, like he did last week, talking about his mama. But Orange takes Alex into the ring. Pentagon uses the distraction to hit a package power driver. But the referee's trying to get Alex out of the ring. And while this happens, Trent grabs the mic that Alex dropped by act, I guess, that Alex dropped when he came into the ring, gives the Orange Cassidy, and we get a good old-fashioned doink right to Pentagon's dome, was Cabeza. And referee turns around. 1, 2, 3, Orange Cassidy beats Pentagon 0 miedo. What are you going to do? It is what it is. So Orange Cassidy gets the win over Penta. So the best friends get a little bit of revenge from last week. And the Death Triangle continues on. And we'll see what happens with that over the next couple of weeks. But still, pretty decent match. I gave 3 out of 5 stars. And we'll move on from that. And that's it. All right. After that, we go backstage with Tony Baloney, Tony Schiavone, whatever you want to call him, and our good friend and Adam Cole's best friend in the whole wide world. No, not me, but his bestie, Dr. Britt Baker, DMD, baby, looking hot as always, with, don't call her Rebel, with her, little freaking up thing, her crutch. Britt says she never lied. She would work her way up the rankings, and looky what we have here. She says she also has merch. She gets the demographic. So I thought that was Jericho. Maybe she gets the demographic for the women. I don't know. And she has star power. She's at the top of the profound, respected, and logical win-loss rankings, because she is now the #1 contender. And when it comes to Hikuda, let's remind everyone why she is the face. She says, she the later, yours truly, the #1 contender, Dr. Britt Baker, DMD, baby. So we'll see what happens in the next coming weeks. And I think we will see at Double or Nothing for the AEW Women's World Title, Dr. Britt Baker, DMD, baby, taking on Hikaru Shida for the AEW Women's World Title. And I think that'll be the end of the lovely Hikaru Shida's reign as champion. So her almost 1 year reign as champion will probably come to an end. And I think the era of the Dr. Britt Baker, baby, will begin right after Double or Nothing. That's what I think happened. But we'll see what happens with that. And we move on from there. The parlay between the Pinnacle and the Inner Circle. So the Pinnacle comes out first, have their own security. And then the Inner Circle come out with Judas, and of course. And what an entrance they came out on. They came out on motorcycles. They have a pyro. I was like, wow, this looks like the NWO from circa 1996. Remember when I think it was when they came out with I think it was Hogan and Nash came out, and I think it was maybe Savage was there too, and they came out with the Hell's Angels. That was some good shit. Good shit. So anyway, they come out of the ring facing each other. Tony's in the ring, about to get his ass kicked, and I was like, yes, they're gonna Tony's call me. Damn it, Tony. I follow you on Twitter, Tony Khan. I mean, really, can you give a brother a job? I mean, really. I mean, I hate to say it, but put me on Monday night with Schiavone on Elevation, please. Elevation Dark. I'm sorry. I know he is the big slow, but I mean, his commentary is big. So, Tony, you know my number. Get on the phone. Or just hit me up go on Tony Khan's Twitter or Instagram or whatever. Give him my my info and tell that man to freaking put me on Dark Elevation or put me on Monday or Tuesday night. That's all I care about. Get rid of Paul White because he's boring as fuck. Commentary. Get rid of Taz because he's just obnoxious as fuck. No shit. I'm like, what the fuck? Come on. Really, guys, girls, people of the so-called WC and people on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. Call up Tony Khan right now. DM him, message him. I don't give a shit what you smoke signals, whatever. Tell that man to make me an offer. I will fly down to Florida somehow if he pays for my trip. But I'll go down to Florida and I'll do a better job than Paul White and Taz can ever do. And that's all I gotta say about that. And I'll be making more money, more money than all you other bastards could. So Tony, you know my number. Give me a call. That's all I gotta say about that. So, let me move on. All right, so Tony Schiavone's in the ring and explains the rules for Blood and Guts. Just basically war games. We all know that. It's all double cage with a roof. Gonna be outside. I don't know if it's gonna be on the field where the Jaguars play. I don't know where this match is taking place. I never said it, I don't think. Because it's not gonna be in Daly's place because they have no room at all. They have no room and the cage can't come down. So it's probably gonna be on the field where the Jaguars play because they have to, set the damn thing up. So it's gonna take at least an hour to do that. Blah blah blah. So I don't know. Anyway, and teams of 5 as always with war games, and the way to win the match is surrender or submission. Typical war games from the old NWA days. So Tony says we'll do a coin toss to see who has the one-man advantage. But Sean Spears takes the mic from Tony's hands and says, "Nope, nope, nope, no, no, no." So we're not doing a coin toss. He says we deserve the advantage since we were lured into this match. So we're not gonna do a coin toss, but we're gonna give a warning, and then he says they will give their blood for the match. He asked Sammy when the last time he even had a match was, which was a long time ago. He tells Sammy that Jericho is leading him into deep waters, and Sean said, he says that he's the guy that will step on his head while he's drowning. So Sammy takes the mic and tells Sean that he doesn't believe him. Why shouldn't he believe him? Ever since Sean came to AEW, he's been a failure. In fact, he was a failure when he was in the WWE. Shot to the nuts. And he says on May 5th they will all fail again. And if they want the advantage, they got it. Sammy says he'll start the match. He'll start with the popcorn guy. He doesn't care who it is. He'll fight anybody. So Sammy will start the match, obviously. And that's it. So Sammy doesn't give a shit who takes his place. And yes, I picked my nose. That's all I gotta say about that. Blah 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 blah. So Tony announces that the Pinnacle win the parlay and get the advantage. So like, okay, what was the point of the parlay then? Makes no sense. So anyway, and then Cash Wheeler gets on the mic, tells Santana or Ortiz on May 5th, do not bring this version of Blood and Guts to this version of them to Blood and Guts. They've been Jericho's lapdogs for the past year, and if they bring that Santana and Ortiz, they won't make it out alive. And then Dax Harwood gets on the mic, says next week it's almost a guarantee that someone's life will be shortened, and he's prepared and has come to terms with that. He's already talked to his family about that, blah, blah, blah. But when the door shuts and the bolt locks, they're in his world now, and he's not afraid to die. Brings up Santana and Ortiz's kids, which kind of pissed them off, saying they are waiting for them at home. But Tuesday, they better grab their kid, hold them close, and kiss them, and lastly, get down on one knee and whisper a message from Uncle Dax and saying, "Daddy's not coming home." So Santana, Ortiz has to hold Santana back because he's about to break him off, about to kill him. And he says, "We know what you're doing." And then Santana looks at his watch, says 7 days. They'll be locked in the cage with them, and then he asks him, "Ever locked up?" And he says they have, because they were gangsters back in the day. Not those kind of gangsters, but you know what I mean. And he says May 5th, his hands will do the talking. So that's that. And then we get to MJF and Jericho, because Wardlow and Jake Hager just stared at each other, and Tully Blanchard was there just doing nothing. Says, hold on, let's act like gentlemen. And as a gentleman, he would like to, he thanks Jericho. Without him, there is no AEW. Because Jericho, the top guy, the draw, the bridge for the Laughs fan to come over and enjoy. He also created the best group known as the Inner Circle. So the crowd chants Inner Circle, and MJF allows it. However, you can't imagine the pressure Jericho must feel. He says like Jericho doesn't hit a home run. He's taking food out of everyone's mouth, puts the company on the line every time he comes out, and there must be a lot of stress, a lot of paranoia. They can see it in his eyes. Jericho looks exhausted. He says, heavy lies the crown, but it's okay. He says, come next week, he'll do the humane thing. He'll take the crown and place it on top of his head, and his family will reach the Inner Circle. But he says, don't get it twisted. He appreciates it, which is why when it's all said and done, and when he looks down on Jericho, he will utter the two words, thank you, once again. And he says that, and then MJF says, I will take your spot. My spot, dog spot, neighbor spot, but my spot. No, not that spot. It is what it is. So Jericho do a rebuttal. He says he calls MJF a self-righteous little prick. And he says you can't inherit a spot like you did your trust fund back when you were a little kid. You can't earn a spot via osmosis. He says you want a spot, you got to earn that spot. He mentions MJF calling Jericho was curtain jerking at 25 in WCW. And he's damn proud of it because it led him to what he is today. He says what he didn't mention was at 25, he headlined Japan, Mexico, Germany, everywhere else, all where he learned respect and a reputation that put him at the top. And if MJF wants Jericho's spot, a good place to start earning it is beating him and the Inner Circle at Blood and Guts, because they are Blood and Guts. And if MJF wants to talk about family, he calls the Inner Circle family. They've been a part of AEW since day one. He talks about Jake Hager had his back when he was threatened to eat he was getting a threatened assassination in 2012. That was. He talks about Santana Ortiz. The lapdogs are wild animals that have clawed their way to the top. Samuel was brought in personally, and because of MJF, he quit, and says that will never happen again. They will not beat them. They'll have to kill them to make them surrender. And when that doesn't happen, they will step on them like a pile of crap that they are. Step them on again, wipe their feet, and look at the only spot that MJF deserves. And that's it. So that ends this parlay, and a pretty good promos from each man. All promos tonight were pretty damn good. So I gave this 4 out of 5 stars, and we'll see what happens next week on what I think will be the greatest and highest rated edition of Dynamite next week at Blood and Guts. I think it will do. I would say I think it might get news next week, but we'll see what happens with that, and we'll move on from there because they're doing good. And they only got 744,000 views on Tuesday night. So that sucks. Went from 841 last week down to 744. Ugh. And let me briefly mention the whole thing about the NHL signing a deal with Turner Sports. Now, next season, there's going to be games on the Turner Broadcasting Network, TBS, and TNT, because Turner owns TNT as well. Now, basically, the big nights for the NHL, usually around the playoff time, is Tuesday nights, Wednesday nights, and Thursday nights. Usually Wednesday nights. So a lot of people were going back and forth, like, oh, this is gonna affect AEW. Tony Khan saying it's not going to affect AEW. We're going to stay at our Wednesday position. But now there's talks that AEW could go to Monday night, which I think it might be a good idea, but might be a bad idea at the same time. So, maybe go against Raw. But I think Raw would just annihilate, AEW, even though, Raw would be doing like 1.6 and AEW would probably do like, I don't even think we'll get 1 million if they do go to Monday nights, but the way that Raw has been going lately, they might get they might beat Raw on Monday nights, but who knows? There's talk of them going to Tuesday nights to reignite the war. You have NXT and AEW on Tuesday nights. They're thinking of going to Thursday nights. I don't know. That might be good. A little bit of competition with Impact, but we'll see what happens with that. But they might go to Friday night and go against Fox and SmackDown. So this really could be a problem for AEW. The ratings might take a hit depending on what night they go on. But hopefully, I think they should just stay on Wednesday nights. And I don't know how it's going to affect them. Because like I said, if they have games on Wednesday nights, that the game's gonna most likely end about 10, maybe 10:30, and then if they have a post game show, we might be seeing freaking Impact. We might be seeing Dynamite around 10:30, 11 o'clock every Wednesday night when the hockey season starts in October. But we'll have to see over the next couple months what happens with that. So it sucks in AEW's case, but I think, if AEW does have to move, I would think they should go to Thursday nights. That's just my opinion. Thursday, maybe Friday. But like I said, if they go to Friday nights, I think, SmackDown will just destroy them. Even though, the WWE is not doing that great on Friday nights that much anyway. So kind of, like Tony Khan has to pick his poison, I guess. And as much as I want them to stay on Wednesday nights because they're getting about 1 million every last couple weeks, and who knows what's going to happen after tonight. I would stay either on Wednesday nights or go to Thursday night. I would not at this point at this moment right now. I would not go to Monday night, not right now, unless the WWE starts just falling completely apart, which they're about to. Then you can go to Monday nights, reignite the Monday Night War, and hope for the best, and that's it. But we'll see what happens over the next coming weeks. And that's it. But if I was Tony Khan, I would just try my best to stay on Wednesday nights or maybe go to Thursday night. That's that. All right. So we had the parlay, which is pretty good. Again, 4 out of 5 stars. And that's pretty much all I got to say about that. All right. After that, we see Michael Nakazawa in the ring on a chair with his headset on and his Commodore 64 laptop computer. Then out comes Eddie Kingston, and he's like pissed. Sports energy, because as we all know, wrestling is a sport. Absolutely. So he tells him to get out of the ring. And then out comes Omega, the quadruple champ, and Don Callis. They're mad at Eddie. And they need to pay. They need to get payback on what Eddie did to them, I guess last week or the week before. He says, you don't get the champ because you asked. He says, we're gonna send our goons after you, Eddie. And Kenny says, you won't get to fight me, you get to fight Nakazawa. And then from behind, Nakazawa hits Eddie in the head with the laptop, which I thought was kind of kind of corny, but it is what it is. But Eddie elbows the back of Nakazawa's head, then hits an exploder, then a spinning back fist. Eddie tells Kenny to get in the ring or he's going to break Nakazawa's ankle. Kenny's like, well, he knew what Mike Nakazawa knew what he signed up for, so go ahead and break it. Kenny reminds Kingston they have more than one goon. And he sends Brandon Cutler, excuse me. So out he comes, flying through the tube. And then we see Jon Moxley come out, like kind of reminded me of the Spirit Squad when Mitch got thrown through the entranceway. And then we saw Shawn Michaels. Shawn Michaels comes out, and the reformation of DX on Raw. And JR's going, "It's Shawn Michaels! DX is back! My God, barbecue sauce!" So that was kind of funny. Bring back the Ruthless Aggression era. So he sends Cutler flying, and then John rushes Kenny, locks him in a sleeper. Then he locked Kenny's ankle, and they're about to break Kenny's ankle. That wouldn't be nice. And Moxley says, I think Moxley says he wants a match, or Eddie wants the match. Don's like, "No, don't do it! Don't do it!" And I lost my spot. So Eddie wants the match. Don says they'll make it work. They got what they want. Eddie tells Kenny to stop moving, and then Eddie tells John to tell Don what he wants. So John says they want a tag team match with Kenny Omega and Michael Nakazawa, and they want it ASAP. So Don says work, and then John is about to break Kenny's ankle, but stops short. And then Don's like, okay, next week. So, which I think Don kind of botched, because I think this was they taped this week's so he meant the week after the May 12th edition of Dynamite, which is going to be live. So he meant 2 weeks from now. But I get what taping wise. Nakazawa taking on Eddie Kingston and Jon Moxley in a tag team match. We'll see what happens with that. So I guess this whole feud between Moxley and Kingston, and with Kenny and the Bucks and the Elite, and just everybody's going after Kenny now. Just going crazy. So I gave that 3.5 out of 5 stars, and that's pretty much all I got to say about that. Let me move on. All right, there we go. Backstage with Taz. He's with Tony Schiavone. And then Christian runs up on him. Christian says, "Hey, Taz, you used to be the shit back then. Taz was the shit back in like 1996, 98, when it was the human suplex machine just breaking Sab's neck, and just all those wars he had with Sabu, and then the feud with Shane Douglas and the triple threat, getting put through the ring by Bam Bam Bigelow, and then putting Bam Bigelow through the stage, came back, and then winning the world title again, and losing it. He went to the WWE to become a comic. Well, he was a wrestler for a little bit. No, wait. Yeah, I think he was in that. He was part of that invasion. He was with Cole on commentary. He wrestled a little bit here and there. Got owned by Stone Cold Steve Austin. Blah blah blah. And then he left to go to TNA. Was an okay commentator for TNA. And then he was with Samoa Joe, and then with Aces and Eights, stuff like that. And then he left to go do his talk show, his podcast, and that was the last time we saw Taz. And then now he's at AEW, of course. But he's still from the Hook Brother. I'm gonna choke you up, brother. So Christian says it used to be the shit. He talked a big game and backed it up and made it look easy. But today, he still talks a big game, but the backing up part, not so much. So he surrounds himself with the biggest and the baddest, and when he never success, he'll be right there to bask in his glory, so to speak. Just to feed his insatiable ego. Christian says he represents what Taz wishes he could do. He wishes he could come back to fight wrestling, but Taz can't because it's. He says, "Go ahead and send Team Taz one by one if he's got to, because Cage believes in win or learn, and Hobbs learned a lesson. And if Ricky Starks gets in the ring, he'll learn too." He says, "Hopefully before it's too late, they'll realize they're better off without Taz." So that's that. So it looks like we're gonna get Ricky Starks and Christian in 2 weeks, but we'll see what happens with that. So I gave that 3 out of 5 stars, and we will move on from there. Still open if you want to chat. Is what it is. All right, match number 4. We got women's action. Penelope Ford with Kip Sabian. And I'll talk about Kip Sabian in a minute. She takes on the returning Chris Statlander with Orange Cassidy, her boo, by her side. She goes to bop you. Boop. It is what it is. Match was okay, nothing great. They go off they start going at it. They go off the ropes. Chris hits a power slam, presses Penelope and drops. And then Penelope pulls her out of the ring by her feet, spins Chris and punches her in the head. She starts going to work on her for a little bit. Tries for a knee, moves out of the way. She looks to dive. Penelope blocked with her hands up. So Chris rolls out, sends Penelope back in the ring. Chris gets distracted long enough for Penelope to give a big kick to face. Tries for the knee drop again, and this time lands it as falls to the mat. As we go to back, Chris comes back hitting a heel trip lariat combination. Rushes the corner with a knee, then lifts her up and carries her into the center of the ring. Then turns her into a blue thunder bomb for a near fall. Chris hits the ropes, runs into a German suplex. And then Penelope grabs the head, rushes the corner for a bulldog into the middle turnbuckle. Ow. For a neck breaker. And then she rushes the corner and runs into a big boot for a near fall. Chris goes for a clothesline and missed. Penelope with a whipping kick for a near fall. As Penelope, was like, "I want the 3." Couldn't get it. She grabs the head, locks it up. She hits the ropes, goes for a springboard move. Chris grabs her and hits the stacked power driver. What I think she calls it, not something, Planet Zero or something like that. Anyway, so she hits that move and she pinned Penelope 1, 2, 3. Statlander gets back winning ways, and that's all I gotta say about that. So match, it was all right. I gave it 2.5 out of 5 stars, and we move on from there. And that's that. All right, then we go to Factory and family, Cody back and everything. I kind of missed some of that. So I had to go to the bathroom during the whole segment, so I apologize for that. But we'll have production. But it is what it is. So sorry about that. Sabian backstage. He's in it. And then Miro comes up to him and just starts beating the living crap out of him. Then he pulls his arm into a doorway and slams the door on his wrist. Ow! Damn! So yeah, so Kip Sabian's gonna be out for a while, and yep, there goes the friendship and team of Miro, Penelope Ford, and Kip Sabian, and looks like Miro's gonna start his bad guy thing or whatever. like he said last week, if you have a title, I'm coming for you, something like that. So I gave that 2.25 out of 5 stars. So we'll see what happens with Milo and Kip Sabian and everything else in 2 weeks, and that's that. All right, then we go to the main event for the TNT title. Once again, Darby Allin is in the main event. This week, he defends the belt against the Dark Order. And member number 10, that's Vance Preston. Match was all right. Nothing great. Good tribute to Brody Lee. So he's locked up to start, and 10 backs Darby against the ropes. They have a break, which is nice. Lock him again. Darby gets side lock. Hits a punch to the head. Sends him into the corner, and then 10 sends Darby into the corner hard. Then again, and we get a kick out of the corner. 10 grabs Darby by the legs, looks for a power bomb. Darby slips over the shoulders, clips the legs, hits a right hand, and then Darby flies off the top, and 10 just like slaps him away. Then 10 lifts Darby, misses a right hand. He hits him with a right hand, and Darby just collapsed. That's that. Then we go to break. We come back. 10 lifts Darby for a power bomb. He hits it for a near fall. But 10 is like he's all disoriented, grabbing his head and his arm. He picks up Darby, locks the head, lifts up Darby, starts working over the arm. Then he hits a Gilmore Kata. Then he gets an armbar from the left side, starts working on the fingers. Darby takes 10 down again with the fingers, knocks on the armbar. 10 escapes. Darby goes to the top. He front flips on the 10 on the outside. That was pretty impressive. And then out of nowhere, Ethan Page, all ego, Ethan Page comes out of nowhere to attack Darby. I don't know why there was no DQ there, but it is what it is. 10 enters the ring. He pulls Darby into a German suplex, hits it for a near fall. Then he locks up from behind for the full Nelson. But Darby elbows out of it, locks in a sleeper, and then rips 10's mask off, so we now know who he is. Like, we didn't know that before. He's in Vance Preston. It is what it is. So the mask comes off. Darby starts on the way, slapping him in the face. Hits the ropes, goes for the coughing drop. But 10 locks full Nelson. And it looked like it was about out. But Darby falls back into a pin. 1, 2, 3. Darby Allin picks up the win. Retains the team. All right. Gave it 3 out of 5 stars. Nothing great, but still, it could have been a little bit better with the match. But another week that Darby Allin's in the main event, and another week that he starts to get a little beat up a little bit, and then, somehow, some way he picks up the victory. That's it. So, like I said, 3 out of 5 stars for that. Then afterwards, Ethan Page tries to attack. Tries to attack again, but then Scorpio Sky comes there and he attacks Sting. He trips him with a kick, and then both of them beat the crap out of Darby and Sting to end the show. So it looks like in 2 weeks we'll probably get Sting and Darby Allin taking on Ethan Page and Scorpio Sky. If not, they might hold that off till Double or Nothing, but we'll see. We'll see what happens with that. And I'm surprised, like, Lance Archer didn't come out and do anything, but I guess we're going to have to wait till May the 12th, but that's that. All right, so that is it for... That's pretty much it for AEW tonight. It was an okay show. Not bad. So I gave it a solid 8 out of 10 stars. But let me know what you motherfuckers thought of the show in a comment or a video reply down below. And don't forget to smash that like button to death. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button down below on this channel and my other respective channels as well. Let's get those subs up a little bit more. Hopefully we'll get more subs going on. But tell your friends about the channel. Share my links on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, and everywhere else. Share my videos as well all over the internet. Follow me on social media, like I said, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. and also, don't forget to tap that bell, turn on all my notifications so you never, ever, ever miss an upload. And that's it. So you get notified when I go live or I do a video on my phone or from somewhere else. And that's all I got to say about it. So hit the bell, subscribe, smash that like button to death, and follow me on social media. And don't forget to share the videos and my links to my channels with your friends. And that's pretty much all I got to say about that. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that is it for my video. Thank you all for watching. Thank you to Nick for chiming in for a little bit. And that's pretty much it. So thank you for watching. Tomorrow, I got my Raw review. I got my NXT review. And hopefully, maybe if I have time, if I don't fall asleep tomorrow, TGC 195, talking about my journey with depression and anxiety. So that'll be a big video tomorrow, or I might save it for Friday, but we'll see what happens, depending on my state of mind tomorrow, but we'll see. So that's it. So thank you all for watching. Enjoy the rest of your late Wednesday night. If you're on the West Coast, if you're on the East Coast, get some sleep or watch a movie, grab a late night snack, and whatever else you're gonna do. If you're on the West Coast, start thinking about going to sleep. Maybe get a late night snack of your own, maybe a beer, or in my case, I got a soda. That's basically all I got to say about that. So have a great rest of your night, everybody, and even better Thursday. And I'll see you guys next time. Peace.